Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Token Tim just texted me and he said, "Man, have you ever heard of Operation SeaSpray before?" And what's funny is Token Tim and I, we used to have a weed business together. And I know for a fact I was telling him about Operation SeaSpray back in 2013 and 2014, but that's what happens when you smoke weed. And for all the people like Token Tim who might have forgot this lesson, let's do it one more time because it's an important one. Look up Operation SeaSpray. This really made the waves about 10 years ago because the news covered it, how there was this admission, this release of classified documents about how the military had experimented on the people of the Bay Area. And if you look into what was revealed, this experiment didn't end in the Bay Area. They did experiments like this all over the nation, but the SeaSpray got the most attention because it was the biggest experiment. I can't remember the exact number, but they did a lot of experiments like this, the U.S. military unleashing bacteria in small doses on the people of this nation. But Operation SeaSpray took place between September 20th and 27 of 1950. The U.S. Navy released pathogens off the shore of San Francisco, and they released bacteria, which I cannot pronounce. I need Sweet Lady here to pronounce words like this. But the bacteria that they released, what it's known to be associated with is urinary tract infections. And right after this happened, doctors didn't understand why so many people were all of a sudden coming in with a urinary tract infection. Well, lo and behold, the U.S. Navy had just sprayed the city of San Francisco with the bacteria that causes it. And what I want you to see is the start date and the end date of the experiment in San Francisco. We're going to start with the end date, September 27th, because again, that's the day that in history the Jesuits were recognized, the military order of the Catholic Church. Because again, the Jesuits have been in D.C., the federal city, longer than the federal government's been there. And it's no secret that they control our government and its military, and they do it by a code that has everything to do with the calendar that they also created, that the world goes by, the Gregorian calendar. So, and remember, September 27th is the day leaving 95 days left in the year. The Jesuits were created to counter the 95 Theses. But notice the Jesuit logo has the IHS, which stands for Isus Hominum Salvator, which equals 122. Remember, San Francisco equals 122, and it's on the 122nd Meridian West. The first Jesuit pope is Pope Francis, whose name also equals 122. He's named after St. Francis of Assisi, like San Francisco is. So again, we're talking about San Francisco, military experiment, and the military order, the Jesuits, and the big coincidence here. Now, notice further that SeaSpray has Gematria of 112. This was Operation SeaSpray. The Jesuits claim to operate in 112 nations. Catholicism's also 112. Mathematics is 112. The bacteria that was sprayed, its name equals 191, also like Society of Jesus. And again, you got to ask, why would they spray this? I mean, is it all just some sick, twisted ritual? But the Gematria is right. And they say on the 11th of October, 11 residents checked into Stanford Hospital. Stanford Cardinal, cardinals serve the Pope like the Jesuits, for the very rare serious urinary tract infections. And they say besides that, there was a number of other urinary tract infections sweeping the region at the time. But look, here's the other thing. September 20th, the day the experiment began, was the 263rd day of the year, which is the 56th prime number, and it happened to be a date with 79 numerology. Look at the Gematria of Society of Jesus. 191 like the bacteria, 56 connecting to the date, the 263rd day of the year, 56 prime. Always think of the witch Nancy Pelosi from the Bay Area. Her birthday's March 26, 26/3. Her name, Nancy Pelosi, equals 56. Catholic witch. And by the way, if you guys don't know, the whole Salem witch trials were all a big Catholic ritual. Nothing's changed. All of history is this way. All of history since the 16th century when the Jesuits came into being, and the language and the calendar, all of it's synced up this way. But Society of Jesus also 79. So you got 56, 79 date connection and 191 bacteria. The only number left out is 187, which is a number associated with homicide. And that's what these Jesuits are. Documented killers all throughout history. And these are the kind of things killing sociopaths do. Unleash bacteria meant to harm people. I mean, who's to say someone didn't die from this? By the way, September 20th, 1950, the day it began, was also a date with 98 numerology, Operation SeaSpray 98. And that's a number connected to prophecy. Again, I'm sure the Jesuits have done a million things like this in history all throughout the world, many of which were never documented or still are in classified documents that haven't been released. And if you're new here, Gematria is very simple. It's the alphabetic order forwards and backwards with the rules of numerology. You learn this code, it won't fail you. You'll see that all roads lead to Rome, and the Jesuits are some sick fucks that have been getting away with shit just like this for a long time. The coronavirus pandemic's all they're doing. That's why Event 201... Again, the Jesuit Order equals 201, probably their biggest number, 201. The three nails represent triclavianism. Triclavianism's 201. Again, huge number with the Jesuits, but Event 201 was the coronavirus pandemic simulation 1 month before the outbreak in Wuhan, China. And go back and look at it on October 18th, 2019, the day of the Event 201 simulation, the same day the military World Games began in Wuhan, China. And if you look up the military World Games, they began in 1995 in Rome and were credited to the Jesuits, who again were recognized by Rome on the day leaving 95 days left in the year, who were created to counter the 95 Theses. So this one goes out to Token Tim. Also, if you're out there, King Henry, happy birthday. Henry's birthday today, as well as the city of Los Angeles. Remember, today, September 4th, leaves 118 days left in the year. Los Angeles, California, 118 on the 118th Meridian West. Eric Garcetti, the current mayor, Mr. 118. Clippers, the 118 basketball team. Lots of big 118 rituals in LA history. So we were just talking about that yesterday with the new Jesuit predictive programming of the blackout coming to Los Angeles. Again, they've been simulating blackouts. They've been dropping bacteria on cities. They've been starting pandemics. Starting wars, mind controlling the masses with their bullshit government, their bullshit school, their bullshit news, their bullshit religion. Again, you want to learn about it? Read my book, Number Games 9/11 to Coronavirus. You can see just how sick these fucks are and how bad they need to be exposed. And again, if you can't afford the book, I made the ebook free to download. Just go to my website, gematriaeffect.news, click on the Patreon tab, scroll back to the July 4th post, or the Christmas Eve post. 2 different places on the page you can download both of my ebooks for free. Number Games and Letters and Numbers. You'll be reading for a long time. They're big books. We'll leave it there for now, Truth Seeker. Until next time.